Hi, this is Nancy McDonald. I see that many of you have already introduced yourselves on the discussion board, so welcome. One of the questions I frequently get from Web Information Systems majors is, why do I need to learn databases? I want to build web pages. So I wanted to show you an example of how databases are used in conjunction with web pages using the Wilmington University website. If we go to the course schedule area and we click on the department drop-down menu, most of the times when you have a drop-down menu, the contents of that drop-down menu are going to come from a table in a database that's behind the web page. So there's a department table in the Wilmington University system that populates the departments that we see on this drop-down. So I'm going to pick Web Information Systems, and once again this course number drop-down would be populated with a course number table that's behind the web page. And I'm going to pick this particular course. And one of the things I wanted you to notice is the URL. I'm going to click Find Courses, and you see the URL is exactly the same. It hasn't changed. But what we're seeing on the screen has changed. So that means that what we're seeing on the screen has come out of a database. It's not hard-coded on this web page. And one of the reasons that a database is so effective is that the contents of the web page can change by updating the database without having to change the HTML. So for instance, we see that this class is still open for enrollment, and it would be very difficult to keep changing the HTML every time a student enrolled in the class to indicate whether it was open or full. But when you register in Web Campus, the Web Campus system automatically updates the database that this web page uses, and if we had enough students to fill up the class, the page the next time we opened it would say full instead of open, because that information would automatically come out of a database. Another example that I wanted to show you is the bookstore. So if once again we use the drop-down menu, the contents of which come out of a database table, and we select this course, we get a screen here that says we're in step 2 of the process. No matter what course we picked and which books we picked, it would always say step 2, because the HTML isn't hard-coded with this particular textbook. The textbook information is coming out of a database. So if I pick one of the textbooks and add it to the cart, and you see that I was previously on this site and picked another textbook, I can enter 0 for that, update the total. Once again, it's updating it in a database. And then if I go to checkout, it's asking me for additional information. Normally, when you type information into a web page, what you type generally gets stored in a database. So databases are used to populate the contents of web pages and also used to store the information that people type into web pages. So I hope that helps in understanding how databases apply to web information systems, and I hope you enjoy this class. Thanks.